I think certain people will be more inclined to copy another person than somebody else will, especially in a social situation. Like in a social setting, but I think in most other scenarios, people can't help to be themselves. Like when you're walking on the street and stuff, you're going to walk like yourself because you don't know better. Unless you're doing your performance because you're wearing a costume and today feels like a different day. So you're going to really try to walk differently.
I haven't really had the time to know how I'm feeling with this on, but I feel different, but not as maybe as a performer, but maybe that I feel more exaggerated. I think in any social situation where there are people you don't know or people you really appreciate, that you take over. You see how you can fit in, and I don't think a day goes by where you don't adapt. Maybe if you're home the whole day by yourself, but I think if you're outside just walking, you already are different because there are other people around. I think you could be performing at home. I sometimes like to dance at home by myself, and sometimes I do it for myself, or sometimes I imagine that there's someone watching and like a big film crew. I don't know, like that. How would I dance? I don't know. I think it really depends. When I'm cooking, I sometimes like to act like I'm in a TV show or something. I have actually seen it with myself that I take over some ways that I see in somebody I admire or like, that I take over like how they speak or how they move, and it's really weird because I don't do I when I meet them I think, oh, that's really nice that you do it that way, and then a month later I see myself doing it that way, and I cannot influence it at all almost.
I mean, it has the potential to become an element for a performance. It just gives you those options, but I think at the end it's just you maybe don't even realize of them if you don't think that way. I think that the fact that you give it to me in this context and you introduce the term performance, you're already creating this situation in which I think that this is like some sort of tool that you give it to me to use it, no? And I think I wouldn't feel the same way if it's something that I just choose when I'm just like, I don't know, dressing up in the morning. I mean, the way we behave in a society, and we are all the time like observing, and then by observing, repeating what we see, or at some moment, or questioning what we see also. But yeah, I think that everyone is influenced by everyone, that is all the surroundings.
Do you feel weird?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's too long and it represents men, and I never wore that before. It's definitely changed how a person acts. Because all the drag king, all the night dress up outfit makes people having a specific mood or vibe, and that affects definitely with the action or attitude. That changes everything. When I see her, like, yeah, I wanna like having a tattoo like that, or I wanna listen like that music more. I wanna speak English like her, you know. Because when I'm do this, some guys, I notice sometimes some guys do the same action like me right after, or some girls even. That means that person feel a little bit comfortable with me, or just like pay attention with me, so I can recognize, because I know the kind of psychological fact. So I'm like, I think I really like that, like really unconsciously. I'm always like see how the person gonna be act to me, and I just decide within 1 second, do I need to be comfortable with the person or not. So I'm just make this decision every time.
I think maybe many times people maybe think that they do things natural, but the most things that you do, you saw it from other people. I think, like, for example, like you live first with your family, then you're going out, you're meeting new people, and I think you pick up also a lot from other people. You are overthinking what you want to do, what you don't want to do, how you want to be like, how you don't want to be like. Like when you are training, you also try to get more flexible, and you really try to make nice movements, better movements. And I think when you are an artist in general and you are playing with that, you are using that movements and you maybe are making them even bigger. So everyone is seeing, but it has to feel like, movements. You can tell a lot. You can make a show. You are connecting the movements. You do it by yourself, but also you can make it bigger with music, but you also can make it bigger the other way around with movements. Like you can really, when you are dancing, performing, you can use your movements to tell a story. When you give a show, of course, it's nice that you can use it by performing, by telling a story. But I think also in general life, it's maybe also really nice to watch it because it tells a lot. It tells a lot about the person. It tells a lot about the moment, how someone is feeling at the moment.